I can tell you one of my secret weapons is having a woman in my life that understands me. She understands that I'm bipolar. She understands that I'm not going to be stable all the time. She understands that I am result driven. Success is an important thing to me. Being the best is important to me. And when I don't hit a mark that I'm aiming for, or I incur a loss, that is something that will weigh heavily on me if she makes light of it. Because I view that, like any other man would, is you're making fun of me and you're mocking me in my strength. You're coming at me and attacking my strength, when it's not really meant by her to do that when we were younger. That's where we would argue. That's where our argument stemmed from, because it was my inability to be stable, which is what she was looking for. And she wanted to be able to be silly and make light of something that, if I was able to be stable and not bipolar, I wouldn't go off into some rage about something such insignificant remark about, it's just money. You know, how many times have you lost in your whole career? Well, wait a minute now. That's not what I want to hear. I want to hear, it's okay, honey, you'll make it back. That's what I wanted to hear. But if it was something snide and silly, or trying to, backhanded comment she thought she was being funny and joke. But in my mind, it's like, what did you just say to me? I think it's time for a divorce. It would be hurtful. That's how I would see it, because I wanted her to be always in my corner, always encouraging, but I never asked her to do that. And then one day, when I thought about what I would want to see in her as a response of me being a better husband, I said, you know what? I have to be the one that changes first. I got to be that change. So if I change first, maybe she'll see it and it'll get her attention. And it worked. And that's biblical. You have to change first. And if they love you, they'll recognize it, and they'll be more patient, more tender towards you. And that's really essential. If you're going to be trading, if you're going to be in here risking money, it's not just your money, fella. It's not just your money, ma'am. If you're a partner, if you're in a relationship, if you're in a marriage, it's both of your money. And when I was younger, I viewed my money as my money. No bank accounts together, no access to funds. It was, she earned whatever she could earn, and I had what I had. And what I made was mine. If I gave her something, then I gave it to her. That was not right. But admittedly, I didn't trust her. She didn't come from money. And at the beginning of our relationship, her mother was like, I'll give you guys 6 months. And it was a weird way we got together. But it was a toxic start. Her family members were jealous. They didn't like the fact that I lived a certain way, and they thought I was just going to run with her for a little while and throw her to the side. And I didn't have that view at all. Like, I was interested in her. She had a child. I had a child. I figured it'd be easy for me to get with someone that understood what it's like to be a single parent. And men, if you're involved with someone that has a child, tender towards that. And it's hard. I know it's very difficult. You're going to have likely another man in the relationship, and that's hard to deal with. Ladies, you got to be aware of that. It takes a very special man, a real man really, to put up with that kind of stuff. And if you invite all these things into your trading, it's going to weigh on it. These are all things that you have to keep smooth. You have to have a balanced life. And it's easy when you're young to not think that these are going to be a factor. And folks like me and older than me that are listening to this, it's like, you know what I'm saying. You've done it too. And nobody could prepare you for it. Even me talking about it really isn't going to prepare you for it. But at least, hopefully, it'll be in the forefront of your mind. as a real catalyst as to what's stressing you out, what's causing you to worry about being successful so quick. Because some of you might be wanting to just be successful so you get the hell out of that relationship because you know it's toxic, but you're stuck. You're not stuck. You're never stuck. But some of you might view it like that. The feeling of being stuck in a toxic relationship will make you do what? Man, I gotta make money. If I can make money, I can get out of this bullshit and get my own place, make my own ends meet. I don't have to rely on that second income from this person, whether it be the lady or the male in the relationship or a significant other. If that's what you're enduring, it would be better for you to get out of a toxic relationship and then focus on trading. Because you're going to try to do things emotionally to spur on a faster reaction or response or result that's probably not going to be what you were hoping for because you're being impulsive. You want to get out of that painful relationship, that environment that is not conducive for a healthy lifestyle, happiness. You're going to want to do things to get yourself out of that. And you're thinking money's the answer to that. And you're going to find that it's impossible to be profitable like that. It's impossible. How do I know? I tried to earn my first wife back rushing into live trading because I thought that, hey, I love this girl. She was my first. And gentlemen, she looked exactly like Alicia Silverstone. And I got receipts and proof to show you in pictures. Gorgeous. And I wasn't trading when I married her. I was in college and getting a degree in computer science. And she wasn't willing to wait. She thought that I was spending too much time with school and something outside of our marriage, and there it is. But even knowing that, I still would have went back with her because I loved her. And I thought if I rushed out there when she and I separated that year, I was trying very hard to find success. If I could have completed my courses and learned everything else I was to learn faster, I would have done it. I poured everything into building myself up because my pride, like everybody knew that this woman, this young girl actually, she was 16 when I married her. I was 18. Right out of high school, she was still in high school. I had to get her parents' signature and approval for marriage. So, yeah, it kind of puts it in perspective, doesn't it? That's almost a guarantee not to work. But she was in a household where her stepfather abused her sexually since she was 8 years old. And I was willing to do anything I could to not kill this man. And I asked my grandfather, I said, hey, can Angel, can she move in? No, wait, And he made the remark, it'd be different if you guys were married, but no, So what did I hear? Go get married. And so that's what I told her. I said, listen, my grandfather said, you can move in, but we got to get married. Okay. So we went and got married on that to get her out of that house. Now, this is the same person that I stood out at 6 o'clock in the morning with my grandmother's largest, that I was going to run through both kidneys and through the neck of this fucker that was abusing her. And he decided not to go to work that day. The next door neighbor, my then wife's best friend's mom, came out of her house. She goes, Michael, what are you doing out there? I say, I'm waiting for Angel. No real reason to justify that, but that's what I told her. I was thinking to myself, shit, I can't do nothing now. Someone's seen me here. So I am capable of having thoughts like that, but it was because that sick motherfucker should be in. But we went to the authorities and had him removed from the home. But she was already moved in and married with me. But he ended up coming back because his own daughter and stepdaughters that he was messing around with, they dropped the charges because her mother said, say it didn't happen. So he was allowed to come back in the house. So I was married to this girl, and for a little less than 2 years we were together. And obviously you can't complete college in 2 years, right? She would work and I'm going to school. I'd come home and I'd study. No trading. None of that stuff was going on. And we divorced in 1992. And November 5th at 9 p.m. on Thursday night, ICT was born. I read my first trading book about shit that Ken Roberts wrote about that doesn't work, that I lost money on. But I was passionate. Like, I was thinking to myself, I'll win her back. I'll win her back. I'll get successful at this. I'll make a lot of money. I'll make a name for myself. And I rushed in multiple times. Even when I knew I was probably going to blow my account, I had her as the reason why. So what was I doing? I was trading emotionally. Well, but trading emotionally. Trying to make something so unlikely to happen as my goal. And so hurt that I couldn't see it or recognize it. In my mind, I'm going to do it. I had the montage and music playing, the whole thing, Rocky. I'm going to do it. And every time I failed, it was just a worse feeling than the day she moved out to start living her life. And then found out she was with a 40-year-old man that used to give me candy for free at the grocery store his parents owned. Yeah, how about that? So I have experience doing stupid shit, being impulsive for all the wrong reasons, trying to be relevant, trying to be significant, and using trading as the catalyst for that. But that doesn't work, folks. And you can find yourself in those situations with toxic friendship, toxic family members, trying to prove them wrong about you. That was the other part of the equation. I wanted to show everyone in my family they were fucking stupid and wrong. And I wanted to rub it in their fucking face so bad. And when I finally was able to, I didn't want to. I didn't want to. But these same members of my family won't come see what I live like now. Like, it's too much for them because it's real. They see I don't have a job. They see I haven't worked in decades. I haven't done anything that requires what they had to do. Now, they're retired, obviously, but these same people said that I would have the same shit end jobs that they had to work, and I didn't. So they live a life of not wanting to give me any kind of, like, they were wrong and well done. Not that I need that from them. I don't. But when I was younger, I was trying my ass off to be able to prove to them that they were fucking fools. And I was the one that was going to be different. And I was. There's nobody like me. But it wasn't easy. And it didn't come quick. It took a whole lot more time. It took a whole lot more money. And a whole lot more patience to get this. And if you think it's going to be different from you, it's not going to be any different. It's going to be hard for you too. But it's worth it. Man, is it worth it. You just can't go in there and try to take everybody's money in one fucking week because they'll do what they did to me.